Hello everyone, my name is Ethan, and today I'm going to be interviewing my father on something he has which is called celiac disease. It is something where your body cannot process wheat, rye, or barley. And in today's world, that's becoming a bigger and bigger issue. More people are getting it, and while you guys might not think it's like impacting you, but a lot of people are getting it, and it's getting to the point where we might not be able to be eating wheat, rye, or barley in the future. So here's my little take on how it is affecting us now. When were your first signs that there was something different?
So I tried the South Beach diet, and that you removed all your carbs and all the breads and all that from your diet for a couple of weeks. And prior to that, I thought I was lactose intolerant. But during the South Beach diet, after you remove those 2 weeks of all the wheat and stuff like that, you can start introducing yogurt and milk, and it didn't bother my stomach anymore. So it was interesting. And then you could slowly add back bread and other kind of grains with like spaghetti and stuff, and that's when I started having more stomach problems. So I realized after some time that I went to the doctor.
So when were you diagnosed with gluten allergy?
It's not actually an allergy. It's actually a celiac disease. It's an autoimmune disease where my body attacks itself. So some people think it's an allergy, but really it's something a little bit different, which is a really good question. When was I diagnosed? It was about 10 years ago, and I went in for, strangely enough, because I had bronchitis, and I said, hey, I saw this stuff on the internet. Everybody kind of laughs at it, but I said, can I get tested for it? And I was tested. The blood samples were high enough that I had to go get a biopsy.
What was your biggest challenge at first?
My biggest challenge was getting an understanding of what I could and could not eat. I was afraid to eat anything because according to the biopsy and the medical and the blood test, I was really very, very sensitive to any sort of gluten. So I get it doesn't take a lot for me to get a reaction.
What do you mean by sensitive? Like, are there different types of sensitivities?
Yes, there's many different sensitivities. For me, mine is more in my stomach and my I get like stomach cramps, things like that. But what's more, other people can get skin rashes, and they can get swelling up, or red marks on their face or skin, or they can get like blotches, like pimples or something like that, like a reaction. But mine is more of a gastrointestinal, just cramps and very uncomfortable feeling. So for me, it can be as little as I have a common story where I can't eat salads from like just a pizza place, like a Papa Romano's or something like that, because of the flour in the air gets on the lettuce.
What was the hardest food or drink for you to give up?
A couple things. I think the hardest food to give up was probably like a good Oreo cookie for some reason. I always remember the smell of an Oreo cookie. And I'm really sad now, all the craft beers. I can't have any of the good craft beers, things like that. Not a big drinker, but it's nice to have something that's just unique in flavor, and I just can't have that anymore.
Do you think you still have trouble with celiac disease today?
No, I don't think I have trouble with it. I think it's very easy for me. I think I'm lucky because my reaction is so severe and so painful. I have absolutely no real desire, or I don't have any cravings to go out and I want to have a burger with a bun or an Oreo cookie. I don't have any cravings whatsoever because the pain is so intense, and I get for 3-4 days I don't feel well. So I have absolutely no problem with it whatsoever, which is actually good.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you everyone for listening to my podcast about celiac disease, not gluten allergy. That is something that a lot of people in today's society are thinking that it's an allergy, but not a disease. And I hope that you guys figured out something new, learned something new, and that it's not something that you take for granted. Just eating wheat, rye, and barley.